The decontamination continues. The home of the first person known to have contracted Ebola in the US remains sealed off. She's been identified as 26-year-old Nina Pham, said by friends to be devoted to her nursing career. She is in a stable condition in hospital. Her neighbours were given the news in what authorities call a reverse 911 call.
Please be advised that a healthcare worker who lives in your area has tested positive for the Ebola virus. Precautions are already in place to clean all known potential areas of contact to ensure public health.
Ms. Pham had treated Thomas Eric Duncan, the first person to be diagnosed with Ebola in the US. He'd fallen ill after arriving from Liberia and died last week. The hospital says she wore protective clothing. For now, they still don't know how she was infected. It raises the prospect that others could be too.
We wish the situation in Dallas were different than it is today. We wish this individual had not been infected, and we're concerned that there could be other infections in the coming days. But what we're doing now is implementing an immediate set of steps that will ensure that the care of that individual is safe and effective.
Nina Pham's flat, her car, communal areas at her home and workplace have already been thoroughly cleaned once. The sight of decontamination teams still here is adding to the sense of unease for her neighbours. They wonder just how prepared the authorities really are and how much more there is to come. Neighbour Christine Carey described what happened when word reached a craft fair.
There was mass hysteria. It quickly went from a call from the CDC to she has Ebola, she's supposed to be under quarantine and she left, she lives at the Ivy apartment. It just went crazy and people were literally running through the aisles, hysterical, in a total panic.
President Obama has met senior officials for an update on the crisis. He says the investigation into what happened in Dallas has to come up with answers quickly. To reassure the American public, screening has begun at 5 airports across the US. Doctors say there will be more cases, and even if the chances are small, as Ebola spreads here, so does the sense of alarm. Greg Milam, Sky News, Dallas.